In the wake of Darkseid's death, several members of the Justice League have gained the power of gods, but at what price to their humanity? The last son of Krypton is now charged by dark solar energies from the world of Apocalypse, corrupted by its influence and empowered by its madness. Superman is the god of strength. Days have gone by and the man still remains missing in action. Perry White and Jimmy Olsen wonders to themselves, is Superman gone for good this time? Deep in space, Superman is taking his time coming home. Trouble finds him in every corner of the galaxy. They see the S sigil and they know who he is. He is Superman, the man of tomorrow, the last son of Krypton, and the god of steel. They should not test him. The latest being who thinks he can make a name for himself is learning this the hard way. Superman beats his being without restraint, and now, the Man of Steel charges the being without a name down towards planet Earth. Superman has returned. He breaks through the alien armor and grabs the mercenary by the throat. But the fight is over. This puny alien is not worth his time. Superman throws the alien to the side like the garbage that he is. The alien scrambles back to his ship and launches himself in the air, leaving a black residue behind. Across town, at Melvin's diner, the god of strength is hungry for some good apple pie. Melvin, the owner, welcomes back his friend and loyal customer. You see, months ago, Melvin decided to shave his beard. Cops thought he was breaking into his own diner, but Superman intervened. Since then, the hero of Metropolis is a welcomed patron to his diner, but today, the hero is not in such a friendly mood. He slams the table and demands for his pie. The Daily Planet. The staff are still shaken up by Superman's latest tangle with an unknown alien. Jimmy Olsen discovers the location of his pal, Soups. He jumps on his bike and races off towards the diner. Unbeknownst to Olsen, the black residue grows and begins to engulf everything it comes in contact with. Olsen arrives at the diner to see his hero eating alone. He pleads to Superman to save the city, but the new god will not hear it. Olsen continues to talk some sense into his pal, but the god throws Jimmy out of the window. Wow, good thing it's ground level. Jimmy gets up and continues to plead to his friend. Olsen will not give up on his hero, even though he was just thrown out the window. But now, the black ink has reached the diner and begins to creep up Olsen's feet. Superman is done with his pie and prepares to fly away to his next amusement. But before that, he tells Jimmy that he is only here for one thing on his planet. Jimmy is ruining it for him. Jimmy will not believe it. Superman is here for more than a slice of pie. He is here because Melvin treats him just like every other customer in his diner. This makes him feel more like a man. I am not a man! Superman screams at his one-time pal. You hear more than our cries for help. You also hear rejoice or laughter. Jimmy knows his time is up. The black ink has creeped up past his chest and is now engulfing his face. Human or not, it doesn't matter. Jimmy continues to plead to the hero. As long as you're here, you'll never feel alone. Superman is the only one remaining in a city plagued by a strange black ink. The civilians of the city scream for help, which echoes in his head from every direction. They scream for the savior of Metropolis. They scream for the hero, Superman, but he does not flinch a muscle. The silence washes over the city. I see nothing moving for miles except you. Get off! No, don't go. The god of strength returns to the crash site. The alien thinks he can still beat Superman with a weapon he left behind? Well, Superman is stronger than any weapon. That's why he'll do this. That's why he will save the city. With his god-gifted powers, the new god utilizes his frost breath to freeze everything that the ink had touched. A punch from the god of strength was all it took to shatter and destroy the black ink, freeing his captives. Jimmy knows something is wrong, but Perry White is confident that their Superman is back. Everything is going to be alright. And the world is back to normal. Superman can hear everything. Perry White, you couldn't be more wrong. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey, and today we are reviewing and recapping the Justice League Darkseid War Superman issue 1. So I had quite high expectations for this issue after reading the Batman Darkseid War tie-in. Even though this issue didn't meet my expectations, I still found some redeeming qualities about it. So let's go over them. So right at the beginning, we get something we see all too often. Superman being the tank and punches every bad guy that comes his way. Obviously this alien is going to be a sacrificial lamb if he continues to fight Superman. We don't even get a name, so we probably won't be seeing this alien again. So unless Superman goes toe to toe with someone on a world destroying level like Zod or Doomsday, we can bet that Superman will do what he does best and beat the enemy till he wins. The punching gets boring, but the one thing that always impresses me when I read a Superman comic is the humanity behind it all. It's not about a god fighting other powerful beings, but it's a god trying to find his way in a world full of fragile people. That's why I love the rivalry between Luthor and Superman. Yes, Superman went toe-to-toe with other powerful beings, but it's Luthor, a human that poses such a threat to Clark, and this is why Luthor remains one of the best villains who ever went to war with Superman. So I got a confession to make. I haven't been reading a Superman comic in a long while, except for the Justice League, of course. But this issue reminded me how much I appreciate a Superman comic book. His relationship with those around him, such as Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, and the diner owner named Melvin, are what makes him such a great hero. I often find myself more enticed by his relationship with these people rather than whoever he's going up against. This scene is by far my favorite. We got Jimmy Olsen being covered by this black ink, but he doesn't care. He continues to plead to his hero. That was really touching. Since I haven't read a Superman comic in a while, I have no clue where Lois is. So that's the one thing I was disappointed at. I would love to see a small bit of how this new Superman would interact with Lois Lane. So the next thing I really enjoyed was this small part where Superman sees a pigeon flying away and he asks for it to not go. Then we see a bit underneath the blackness that surrounds his eyes. This obviously tells us that Superman is still in there somewhere. I'm gonna assume that this is foreshadowing for later on when Superman is about to do something devastating, but his humanity will kick in and he will stop himself. So out of the two tie-ins so far, I still rank Batman the better tie-in, but Superman issue 1 was still an enjoyable read. But that's just my opinion. Now I want to hear from you. What did you think about this issue? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another Darkseid War tie-in.